Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy Viewers. This is Grand Arena, the first match of the third week of Season 26. Still in Kyber 2. Quick recap of last week of what my opponents used up against me. Round 1 was a loss. We both one-shot each other. This is how he approached it. He beat me on more efficient banners. Gas up against Darth Revan. Took out there's a sacrifice somewhere. Wampa'd my Grievous, which I expected to happen, but at least drew out his Wampa. And Grievous can't really be on defense if your opponent has Wampa. But there's not really alternatives. Or that many alternatives. Jedi Knight Revan, bam, CLS Bossk. Padme up against Iden, Traya, Dash. It's just straightforward stuff. He had a pretty good defense too. DR up against Mon Mothma. Jedi Knight Luke solo up against the First Order. JML taking out Qui-Gon. JMK against the Star Killer comp, which is why I used it. I knew it would still draw out a team. I was hoping it would put him in a compromised position. It just did not. And then a undersized Vader team to take out the Resistance. And his fleet was good, and he didn't set down a strong enough defense to put him in a compromised position on offense. The second match, this guy barely plays. He did Padme Grievous, CLS Bossk, Gas, Bam, Jedi Knight Luke up against Darth Revan, his Darth Revan, Padme, Bossk against Qui-Gon, then he stopped. This match, we got a few holds to wrap up the week, but I just played like a fool. And I was testing teams out. I wanted to test out Starkiller. I used Palpatine with the Starkiller, which really messed me up for a Qui-Gon counter because it sucked away a team I could have used there. And then testing out the Outrider was a disaster. It was a number of decisions I made that caused this loss. But JML be taking out Darth Revan, Bastila Shan up against Grievous, Sith Eternal Emperor soloing Bam, Vader cleaning up JTR, Traya against Dash. But this is one of the things that I love and why I say have a good Mon Mothma team and why this setup is one of the better setups because we stopped Palpatine. Now, he didn't have Vader here. He didn't have Mara Jade. But Cara Dune really messes up Empire, and then Kyle Katarn speeds them all up. CLS ultimately taking it out. Newt beating Hux. His Malevolence failing up against the Negotiator. That's a great return. Padme Mirror, clones taking out Iden, his Grief failing Qui-Gon, his Talzine failing Qui-Gon, which I think I'm going to make an adjustment where if I see Ki-Adi-Mundi with a Qui-Gon team, I'm not doing that anymore with Night Sisters because it messed me up last match. I did the same thing. Mon Mothma here ultimately cleaning up the Qui-Gon team, and then Negotiator up against the Chimera, kind of overpowered. He had SLKR, so his finalizer was very good, and then he could not clear the Negotiator. That's a weird way of playing it. Maybe he was out of ships, but he could have done Negotiator Mirror and then used something else up against my Empire. Taking a look at my bracket for the week and my opponent for today. Let's see here. Let's move me out of the way. My opponent here is on the left-hand side. Xlor Bint. I don't know. That's not something I can read. GP, we're close. Zetas, we're close, but he has more GLs, so he's missing a number of Zetas. I have only 2 Grand Arena Omicrons with the relic levels. Decent distribution, and let's minimize that for a second. He's got the most relics of this bracket and a good amount of depth at 160 gear 11 plus characters, but his 6-dot mods and his mods in general don't really measure up. He's got fewer 6-dot mods, the slowest top 25 speed, and the slowest top 500 speed of the bracket. And his counts for speed mods are very weak, but he does have his top characters modded moderately well to acceptable. No Starkiller, still no Starkiller in the bracket. He does have Dash farmed though. Zam, no Omicron, and no Qui-Gon Omicron. I think maybe his second Omicron was Wampa then. I forget what it was. No Maul. I'm kind of surprised at this point more players don't have Maul in Kyber 2. It's been a while. And there's still a player here who doesn't have Commander Ahsoka. Like, she was the second Conquest character. At this point, I think most players should be pretty close. He does have a 7-star Admiral Piet. And let's take a look at the Hotbot before we move on and take a look at him a little bit more specifically. Let's take a quick look though at some of his top characters. So I'm going to throw his speeds. See if there's anything interesting to see. Moff Gideon's good. His Commander Ahsoka's pretty good. His Echo. Seems like he has the top characters modded the way they ought to be. It's just he doesn't have a lot of mods. That's something we can work with. Looking at the Hotbot, the Discord bot here. Lifetime banners is pretty good, which kind of makes me surprised that his participation in his Grand Arena history makes it seem like his play is inconsistent. Maybe that's a Grand Arena 2.0 change. We looked at most of this already. Really low 20 plus mods. No 25 plus speed mods. Some of these key characters, his Padme is slow, his Jedi Anakin is slow. He does have a Maul, just can't use it. Which is weird. At least get him to gear 8. I don't know why you'd leave somebody at gear 1 that is of that level. Alright, let's get into this. He set a very weak defense from his Grand Arena history. Kind of surprising. My defense hasn't changed. I don't know if we're going to take time looking at it. I didn't make any edits. I probably should have with my fleet. I did change some gear, which is notable. I took Kylo Ren Unmasked up to gear 12, and I'll be working on his relics. I want at least Hux and Kylo Ren Unmasked at relics to really speed this up. I want to get a cheap and functional finalizer. I don't want to go all out, move towards SLKR, but at least get it fast enough and dangerous enough where either I move it back to offense and it's good enough, or it messes up his fleet. I don't need it to beat a top fleet. What I'm hoping for with that finalizer is that it's good enough to mess up his third fleet. Let's show the back wall just so you can see what's there. The rest of this I didn't change. I think what I want to do in terms of gamesmanship and tactics is on the opponents who I think I'm going to beat and aren't going to really look at my Grand Arena history, keep things the same so that the opponents I'm more worried about and I think do check Grand Arena history, I change it up for those players. So taking a look at what he's doing. Telzine, high relics on 2 of the Night Sisters, Bo-Katan with a relic 7 Django, Bossk, and no Zam Omicron. I know we looked at this in the Grand Arena bracket stuff, but it just seems weird. I just want to look at it. Yeah, okay. Then Geos here. Those are decent Geos. My planning was probably Trey. Well, you know what? They're not going to be that fast. I'll probably be fine with Trey. But some of the better geared Geos, I worry about my Trey. Lower territory, we got Poe, ROLO, a Palpatine, and ShaakBB with the Bad Batch. And his back wall, what I'm expecting is Mon Mothma, Iden Verso, and what's the other? And Beskar Mando. I don't really think there's anything to surprise us. He's got 4 GLs for offense. So I don't think I want to take too many risks because I think this is a player who, if he chooses to play, has the firepower on offense to beat me or to one-shot everything. So it's probably going to come down to banners if he chooses to play. So we got to play clean. So CLS up against this Shaak Bad Batch team or CLS up against the Palpatine. I was going back and forth on this. And I just want to double check this Palpatine team and remember what my plan was up against it. Because it's not good. It's just it does have Mara Jade. There's no Vader. I don't think I need to be particularly careful with it. I need to pull out my notes and remember what my strategy was here. Alright, I got my notes dug out. I did this hours ago. I was going to do gas. See, this is what I mean, like, I know what he's going to do with his Grand Arena history, and he's kept so much for offense that it would really surprise me if he did something to trip me up where he has GLs on the back wall that I would have to make an adjustment for. Well, let's get this started. All right. Just want to blow up Echo. Oh, this sounds messed up. I'm going to have to restart this. Or play without sound effects. Yeah, let's dispel, because then everyone else can hit ShaakBB. No, we'll just rip apart Hunter. I don't know what the appeal of this is. Like, I get it, like ShaakBB adds some stuff, but I guess I need to take a look at Hunter's lead again and remind myself what it does. Because it's not, I don't know, just use the Bad Batch. Let us continue. I'm gonna do guess. Kind of betting that his back wall is all exactly the same. But it's something now with the changes to Grand Arena, with having a template that is set down. I have more faith that more players are not bothering to change their defense. So I think there's just a much greater chance of not even minor changes, no minor surprises. All right. Yeah, let's get some tenacity up. I should have just made this undersized. This is way too much for what we're dealing with. Yeah, this is just ridiculous. Why am I even playing this? All right. Reading list for the week is Hawkeye. I'm on volume 3 of that stuff. I stopped for a while. I read it, the first volumes, a few years ago. And then I stopped, and then the show reminded me to finish that series. Let's see here. This is like the kinds of teams where I get in trouble, where they're so weak that I want to do something dumb and just try something out. Like, I would love to do a solo. Like, what if I did Jedi Knight Luke or Jedi Master Kenobi and just watch what happened? But I don't want to risk things. Let's do... We're gonna use Starkiller. A bad Starkiller team here. Although I did add a gear level to Starkiller. I'm still replenishing from getting JMK and Starkiller that I don't have enough Kairos and gear to take into relics. I'm out of a ton of stuff. Do I really want Kylo Ren though? He doesn't use Old Republic on defense, so I'm not concerned about it, but maybe it would be nice to keep him. I was scrolling, I wasn't. I don't really have another sensible option. I guess I could throw. Let's do that. I'm going to throw in the second sister as my dark side unaligned force user. Let's see what happens. This is really just more of a bet on Starkiller's kit than anything. Like, it's a bad team. It's a nonsense team, but there's shared stats. There's a few relic levels. It's just better. And this team is very bad. I did not like Gear 11 Starkiller. He worked up against some of the really weak things, but he was really easy to take out. Okay. One thing I don't like about his kit is that it necessitates having a complete team with him. He's not like a character that I'll ever be able to solo with. But I'll probably test it out at some point and see what happens. Still, the basics nice. Against the right team. Sure, let's do this. Yeah. Not that that was questionable or in doubt. Alright, what do I want to do? We got a daze. We got a bunch of attacks. I don't know. This doesn't matter. I wish I had nest or... What if I just use Jedi Knight Luke? I really want to do this. Do I resist the urge? Do I give into the siren call of solos? Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do something dumb. This guy's mods are also really bad too. Where it's not like it's the biggest risk. And I've made them slower with the lead. There goes their revive. I could lose this. I could definitely lose this. I already see it. Alright, there we go. Lobot has a revive. It might just be a droid revive, though. Beautiful. Now let's see if I got myself into trouble with what's on the back wall. Nope, same stuff. Mon Mothma, bam, Iden. Alright, we're fine. Golden. So the rest of this, we got options. Let's just do Bad Batch here. Yeah, none of this matters. I'm tempted to just auto a lot of these things. And see which ones are super safe and which ones are a little more risky and need a pilot. This one really feels like an auto. Iden. Decent Iden. Let's just Palpatine this. The other thought was my original thought. Oh, my original thought was Palpatine, so we're just definitely going to do it. Maybe I won't use Vader, though. Because if I don't use Vader... Yeah, whatever, let's just do it. I feel like I could use like Vader up against the Geos or something. Really? Jeez, guys. Death Trooper is the scariest one. Second scariest one is going to be Stark, but let's put a shock over on Shore Trooper. We didn't get it. Okay. Let's rip out Death Trooper. Oh, he had the revive. Oh my god, I did not notice the death mark. Oh, that annoys me. I wasn't even looking at that portion of the screen. Alright, fine. Just way sloppier than I would have liked, but fine. Negate some of the good work of Jedi Knight Luke. Come on. That's why she's good. Beskar Mando. Let's take a look up top. I don't even remember what my plans were. You know what? I was going to do Trey up against Geos, but why do that? I can do Trey up against the Night Sisters. Or it is a high relics. I'd still think the less risky move is to do Troopers here. Because my Treya will... There's a chance it can lose. I don't know. I want to win. I want to go 3-0 this week. This week, looking at my bracket, feels like a week I can go 3-0. I've got the best mods. I've got the deepest roster. Nobody has more than 4 GLs. Kind of surprised it's what I'm seeing for Kyber 2. It's definitely one of my easier weeks, and for a while the weeks have been getting harder. We'll see if that holds true, because these opponents are still going to be good to be at this level. Come on, go down. Where are you guys dodging? You know, what would have been nice is having Gas to do a Gas solo up against the Night Sisters. But I did not keep that. Let's just do Maul here. Although we could probably do it with one less. Started watching The Last Kingdom. That's been my current watch, other than being active on Moon Knight and other shows. And I like it. I've been kind of moving around watching a bunch of bad shows, trying to find like the new thing I want to watch and get into. I watched Vikings. What was that? AMC or History Channel? I forget who made that. Vikings was a good show. I never finished it. I caught up with it and then never finished it during an off season. Yeah. Why am I playing this? This really feels like a day where I could have autoed half these battles. Yeah. Okay. Kind of surprised things have been so slow with CG too, like this last 2, almost 3 weeks. Like they announced Proving Grounds weirdly like late at night, and then nothing has happened other than announcing it. It seemed like, why did they wait until the morning to do it? And we got this Farm Boy Luke Omicron, which is nothing to pay attention to until things are clarified with it. We got some farms. I'm going to be going after MG100 pretty hard. I still have Wampa. I'm gonna do Wampa against Bo or something like that. I want to... It's not a good idea. Because Relic 7 Ventress I should really respect. I don't want to use Jedi Master Kenobi, because Cat, they're just going to revive. It doesn't stop revives. Jedi Master Luke, I guess I could do, because I've just got this, Bo-Katan, and Bam, right? Just 3 more battles. I've got so much stuff left. I'm just thinking that maybe I need to do some undersizes and pick up as many banners as I can. Yeah. So let's do Wampa up against Bo, unless there's a reason I can think not to do it. I mean, there is Daze, but I'm going to have a bunch of Tenacity. There's Django. Relic 7 Django. Maybe we do Jedi Master Kenobi there. Although I kind of want to do Wampa. And Beskar Mando. It was a Gear 12 nest, I think. There's relics on Bam. That's an easy team. That's not worth Wampa. I'm gonna do Wampa up against Bo to see what happens. I think it should be safe. It just depends on what happens with the debuffs. But I'd put as many health secondaries as, not health secondaries, tenacity secondaries as I could find on my health mods for my Wampa. And it's really, I wouldn't even be questioning it if it wasn't for the quality of the Django. But if Wampa can survive a Relic 7 Grievous, why should I be that concerned about a Django? The Armor Shred, maybe I should respect. Alright, these Armor Shreds. I am a little worried about how quickly Armor Shreds could stack up. Let's take out Armor before she puts Beskar anywhere. Rip out Sabine. Yeah, none of this matters. Let's rip out Django. Nope. Yeah. Some of these things you overthink. Is that only 2 solos? Or is that 3? I think it's only 2. I'm just gonna do Luke. What do I care? His fleet should be Executor, Rebels, and Raddus. I think. No, he's got Rey, I think. Yeah, he has Rey, so his Raddus should be good. What am I doing again? Let's take out Telzine. The others have relics. I don't want to worry about them. Or I don't want to take the time to hit them that it would take to trigger the, what's it called? Whatever, let's just spin this around. Yeah, none of this matters. I don't know why I brought this. Alright. Good, good, good. We're gonna just probably GMK Cat. Does that sound good? Sounds pretty good. Oh my god, all this clicking. I forgot to Relic 7 this guy on my that off period between weeks. Yeah, let's get rid of him. I don't even think I needed 2 people. Alright, let's move on. My only concern with this match is he has kept everything for offense. Like 4 GLs, Darth Revan, CLS, Jedi Knight Revan, Jedi Knight Luke. Like he has all the firepower he would need. And I really should have pushed more undersizes and solos. I just don't think he's going to attack. Or at least attack much. Really, these kinds of situations I should... No. I'm just wondering in which situations do I want to put JMK on defense. Because there's been a couple times I've been tempted to do it, and then I ultimately decide against doing it. Get our little taunt out. We will throw a foresight up. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, let's see what happens. Nope, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah, without Ebon Hawk and stuff, this is not going to go well. At least we can take out Cad Bane. That's bad. You know what? I think I want this. I'm gonna do this. Because I'll be able to take a turn with a Hyena Bomber right now. Get a bunch of assists. And now I can mark the Razor Crest. Razor Crest down. I'm going to clear the foresights. I like that that came in with so little health. Maybe we get lucky. Yes. All right. Maybe this isn't hopeless. Probably shouldn't have taken the Buzz Droid off of him. That was a little bit of an error. All right, we cleaned it up. But that doesn't really save us. Because these other fleets are good. So the question here... I think what I could do... I think I gotta do my Rebels up against the Rebels. There's just no way I'm gonna get through this fleet with my Raddus. But what maybe I could do with his Raddus, since he does have the MG100 out there, is maybe I can get lucky and take out the MG100. He also has Poe on the front line and not the Resistant Pilot, which I believe is better. And that might allow me to maybe pick off the MG100, do a little damage, and then bring in the Raddus later. I think that's what we do. Just the changes we're going to make is not messing around with the Outrider on the starting line again. That messed me up last round. Which one do I want? I'm going to do Biggs. I'm still not convinced it's the best idea. Cassian, I mean, do we bring in Phantom? It's better for the Outrider if I put in the Phantom, but I don't... I think I want him more for depth. We'll see if it's a mistake. Had we one-shot the Executor, this would be an unquestioned full clear. I never know which one I want to take out first. I'm going to go for the Y-Wing. It doesn't matter. Let's do that. Okay. This should be a safe win now. Now the tanks are gone. I almost want to bring out the Outrider right now, because if I don't do it, I don't think I'm going to have another chance. So let's do it. There we go. That's would have got me a full clear last round. Now they played it that way and not Outrider on the starting line. Alright. Now the gamble. I wonder if we clean up with the Sith. I was going to bring in Wedge as a reinforcement, though. Alright, I gotta just make sure I have full fleets. Because we're gonna do Sith, Sith, Sith for Tarkin. We got Raddus, probably Raddus, 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 Raddus. No. That's how we're going to play it. Just a bunch of attackers try and get rid of the MG100. Which might not even really help, because, like, let's say we take it out, it's still going to go probably to reinforcements and then pull out the resistance pilot, and now we got still a 3-man team. I should have thought this through differently. I don't think it's going to help completely. Yeah. Oh, come on, man. And now he healed up a bunch. Rex, huh? That did nothing. And his Raddus fleet is going to be way better than mine. Do I think my Sith... I think I got to do the Raddus. Because the only scenario is Raddus taking out his Raddus. And then cleaning up with the Sith. Don't like any of that. Don't like that. Get tenacity up, deflector shield. Turn meter and foresight. Call to assist. Yeah, let's do that. Dispel, daze, turn meter. Yeah. Oh, I don't like that. Take it out. Yes. Yes, take it out. Oh, come on, man. Oh, please. Oh, no, 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 no. I gotta do it. Oh my god, I think we're gonna do it. Don't die on me, guys. Don't die on me. Oh my god, we did it. Come on. Perfect. Just perfect. Oh, that makes me happy. Yeah, so the first fleet messed up a lot of the turn order and the specials so that they couldn't get deflector shield up in the same way. Things were on cooldown. And even though he had relics on his pilots, I had no relics. It put me in a position where I could get my ultimate off. I still have one fleet to clean up with. That makes me happy. Let's see if he plays though, because he still is within a position where full clear is his if he wants it. But we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you for watching. Be safe out there, everyone, and be excellent to each other. If CG puts out some information by the end of this week, which I hope they do. We got the update today, but no actual news. Then I will have a talk video out covering some of the latest information. This has been Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes.